Hello there, my beautiful collective. Welcome and thanks for watching. My name is Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. This video is a collective tarot and wisdom oracle reading. So if you've been guided to be here, thank you for coming. Hopefully something in this message resonates. I'm actually going to start off this reading by recommending a song you might listen to. It's called Are You Satisfied by Marina and the Diamonds. If you've never heard of it, you might want to give it a listen. It's kind of just about, the lyrics are about being complacent in this life. So if you've been feeling unsatisfied, I do feel there's radical shifts and radical changes happening for you. We're going into the Lionsgate time frame, which is on August the 8th, but the energy is zooming around right now as well. So I do feel like there's a lot of major shifts, and I think you're doing a lot of introspection and you're making a lot of changes, um, which just shows up in a lot of cohesion in these cards. So before I get on camera, I usually meditate by listening to a song, and that's what I did. And that song popped up, and like all these cards just like flew. They just like flew out, and a lot of them are just very in alignment. So right now, Spirit is helping you focus on yourself, on your priorities. And I feel like with all of these changes, it can be hard to prioritize your time and your energy and to like where you want to put things first. So this card says you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. So I feel like a lot of you are really following your heart space. I've been drawn to like this is one of my favorite crystals. This is a heart tiger's eye. So this is good for protection. Usually sometimes I put these on like on top of my tarot cards as a protective barrier for the energy to not um, absorb, random energy, and kind of protects the cards from any negative stuff. But I also do a lot of cleansing things. So that tiger's eye might be a very significant thing for you at this time, or something to do with the cat for sure, because the cat card came out as well. And cats are protectors. They're spiritual protectors. That's why, ancient Egypt had the sphinxes. Like they are cats that protected their the energy. And this card says, let's follow the spirit animal and embark on a profound journey of self-discovery. So a lot of you have been doing a lot of introspection, which I not only saw that in the oracle cards, I saw it in the tarot as well, because the hermit was your past energy, and your past energy is doing the introspection, it's doing the shadow work, it's doing the healing, it's acknowledging the wounds that you have that maybe you didn't even know on a conscious level, and it's like those things have bubbled to the surface, and you have no choice but to work on them and to work on yourself and to break them down, because you have this destroyer card. This is like a um, I almost think of this as like an evil eye card, because like if you look in there, it's kind of like scary looking, I guess, that creature. But this is like destruction for purpose. This is like, you had built a life before that was made from sand. So you built a sand castle and it got washed away. But now I feel like it's intentional. You're intentionally breaking down old things, old patterns, old relationships, and habits that no longer serve you. Because as a confirmation in the I Ching card you pulled was radical change, number 49. So 49 might be a significant number for you, but this card says, time for transformation. In the moment of change, there is truth, sincerity, and assured knowledge. The power of the whole unfolding creative process from source through to fruition and fulfillment can enter here and change the world. Regrets vanish along with the past to which they belong. The new time is coming. How can you break the mold, and how must the form change to express the essence? So this is all about, I think, your heart space too, because this is the heart, in the shape of a heart. So I think literally it's just expressing your heart, following your path. And sometimes that is, radical acceptance. It is radical change. And a lot of people might judge you for it, and they may not understand where you're coming from. But guess what? They don't have to. So you want to break the mold. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't know anybody anything. And don't forget that as you go through this regeneration process, because this is essentially a rebirth for you. Like you had to literally burn it all down to start anew. And sometimes that's what we need. If you've ever researched the this is an offshoot, but it's relevant because this image, it's like after a forest burns down, or sometimes people even do controlled burns where they go in and they burn down a prairie, and then the it makes it grow back the next time even more plentiful, even more forcefully, because it's like this brute strength that comes with being the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I feel like that's what's happening for you because you're pursuing your heart's path, your heart's mission, your passions. And that's an act of service to not only yourself, you're serving yourself for your highest good, but it's also going to be of service to other people to collectively raise humanity. And that's what happens when we do genuine and authentic things out of goodness, out of kindness, when we pursue our passions. And it helps one another through our creativity, through our expression. And that's how you're like doing this radical change of, how can you express your true essence and your true self and put that out there. So this is just I'm just like in awe of this reading. It's a great reading. Now passion is what spirit wants you to work on this lunar cycle. Again, we're having that major Lionsgate portal on the 8th. There's a major shift. There is a new moon in Leo on the 4th, and that's about planting the seeds. And this is when I'm recording the video on the 4th, basically. So this is the planting the seeds to build this new confidence, to build this new sense of self. That's what Leo is about. It's about like, this creative burst that you're going to have, which also gives you this like confidence thing where you say like, this is my unique gift. Nobody else can do this like me. You have your own sort of form of magic, and that's through how you express yourself. And whatever your passion is, Spirit really wants you to go for it. And this is also tied to your sacral chakra, which is where your pleasure centers are. It's where your fun stuff happens. It can also be tied to like friendship and that sort of thing as well. Now, if you're like, I don't know what to do, like your inner wisdom is guiding you. So sometimes you have to quiet the mind and maybe remove some things that are clouding your judgment. It could be, bad habits, bad lifestyle patterns. If you've been in like a vegetative state where all you want to do is like sit on the couch and be depressed and watch TV, or, doom scroll on your phone forever, like I get it. It's a cycle though. So you are the only person that can dig yourself out of those sort of patterns. And then the intuition card that I have as well, because you have like intuition and then intuition again, is about harnessing your intuition. It says, know your mind and your patterns. If you have an intuitive thought that places you in a negative situation, is this really guided by anxiety or alarm? Consider other times where you felt like this. Did you go with your intuition or did you ignore it, and what was the outcome? So gratitude is a great practice that can be done daily, that is essentially free. You can be grateful for anything. You can do this when you wake up in the morning. This is kind of like, it almost becomes a mantra or a lifestyle habit once you start to do it consistently. You can buy gratitude journals. That's a way to keep track of like what you're grateful for. And when I say gratitude, I don't mean like, oh my gosh, I'm grateful for my car, I'm grateful for my job. Like those things are great, but those things can also be stripped away from you. So like what's something, that you can't um, necessarily put a price tag on that you're grateful for? Do you know what I mean? Like, not a try to pick things with when you have a gratitude spirit, like things that you can't buy. And maybe that's, just listening to somebody's laugh. Like you're so grateful that they have such a joyous laugh, or like you're grateful that you got to see so and so smile today, or you're grateful that you got to um, wake up with fresh breath or lung, like air in your lungs, and you're able to walk on your 2 feet. Like those are things to have gratitude for that not everyone does have all the time. So keep that in mind as you're harnessing your intuition. And then the kind of oddball card that I pulled is from my Moon Oracle deck. It says nothing is yet set in stone. So if you are going through this like if you're going through some sort of process where you know you're right, you're going to win X, Y, and Z, be cautious. It's just a warning. Um, Sometimes those things can go to our heads and then it makes our life even more difficult. But under the deck, I also got expect powerful changes. So the new moon eclipse, this is new moon eclipse energy, but I do feel like this is tied to the Lionsgate portal because it kind of looks similar to a portal for me. And I do feel like that's going to be a significant time period for you as well. Now there's also a full moon in Aquarius on the 18th, I believe it is. of August, so that it's probably going to be some major shifts for you in regards to like your passion project, because Aquarius is the humanitarian sign. It's all about raising the collective consciousness and trying to um, do stuff to benefit the greater good. So again, well, let's see. Last I'm going to dive into the tarot, and then I think I got all of your oracle cards. So hopefully that helped. If it did, again, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow, and I greatly appreciate you for watching. Now, the past was the Hermit. That was the introspection card. That was a major chapter and a major shift for you. And your present energy is the Three of Wands. So maybe you're like waiting for a sign. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to get something together so you can move forward. You're kind of waiting for your ships to come in. And, you know, over the course of the next 5 months, from about June until November, mid-November, there's a lot of karma clearing happening. There's a lot of justice and judgment that's going to be served to people who have not been um, true to themselves and coming from a pure intentioned space. Now, your future card is the Six of Wands, which is a great card to have in your future. This is a card of victory. This is a card of success and celebration. So there are things to celebrate. And I'm seeing 11:11 on the clock. So that's also symbolic of like portal energy, a new path. And the Six of Wands is also like an opportunity to really reflect on where you've come from and where you are now, and be grateful for yourself, and be grateful that you had the strength to accept this like radical change that needed to take place, and that you know you had to be the one to do it. And the army card came out. So some of you might be in the army or know someone in the army. I don't know why, that's just kind of random, but something to do with the army is very significant for some of you watching this video. So that's just a confirmation message for someone out there. And then your subconscious energy is the Ten of Pentacles. This is all about stability, legacy, fulfillment, family, happy endings, money, like all of the good things. This is like white picket fence, and that's your underlying motivation. This is your subconscious energy of like, I really want this to happen. And the only person that can make this like fulfill this dream is you. So you're really, I feel like you're really gonna have to put in a lot of like elbow grease to keep these wheels moving and to keep that going. And you're just on a great trajectory after a time of significant hardship and significant change, but it is showing. And it's the slow and steady rate, like slow and steady wins the race sort of thing. This is like tortoise and the hare. And you are, you know, you're going to have to use discernment and really prioritize things in your life to move forward. But there are a lot of good things coming. So hopefully this helped. Again, if it did, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in a one-on-one personal reading, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in an individualized tarot reading with your specific energy, feel free to send me a message as well. Thanks so much for watching.